Ever since SummerSlam wrapped, I kept hearing on every review and even on Twitter that Becky Lynch went heel. She is not a heel, people. She has every right to be pissed. She worked her butt off to be the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship against Carmella, since Carmella has been a thorn in her side for a good bit. Her and the Iconics. But then here comes Paige making a triple threat match after Charlotte came for the save. Now, am I going to blame Charlotte for this? No, Charlotte happens to be a queen and she is an opportunist. If you're going to give her an opportunity to fight for the women's championship, especially a championship that was stolen from her with the Money in the Bank briefcase that she just got, I mean, seriously. She was fighting for that title ever since Carmella took the briefcase and cashed it in and took the title from her after she just beat Asuka. Now, I don't blame Charlotte for wanting to get her belt back, but it's messed up that it has to be at the expense of her best friend. But if you honestly think about it, if you really think about it, the indirect villain here is Paige. Now, I say indirect because I don't think that what she did was at the expense of Becky Lynch. She had no reason to go after Becky, but she had every reason to go up against Carmella. Carmella has been a thorn in everybody's side in this entire feud. She was a thorn in Charlotte's side because she took her title from her after cashing the Money in the Bank briefcase on her. Well, after the Iconics pretty much beat the crap out of her, then she ended up taking her title. And of course you have Becky Lynch that has been wanting to grab that brass ring for a very long time. Now, honestly, guys, I'm going to be real here. If you really think about it, honestly think about it, the true villain here indirectly is Paige. She did it with malicious intent against Carmella at the expense of Becky Lynch, and I guess you can probably say maybe at the expense of Charlotte, because she didn't really have to involve Charlotte, but she knew that Charlotte would probably want to be in a championship match. Who wouldn't? But it's a shame because Becky Lynch pretty much had this match won. If she was by herself against Carmella, it would be an easy win. That would be a squash match. But of course you had to go against the Queen, and the Queen is not going to allow her to win because the Queen is professional. And she is professional. And Becky was a little salty that she was in the match. It was a given throughout. But when she lost, when her best friend pinned her, I'm sorry, that gets to you. That cuts to the core. Professional behavior is out the door, out the window. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking, my best friend just pinned me and she just stole my opportunity away. She didn't have to be here. She could have said no. But no, she wasn't thinking of me. She was thinking of that title. I do not consider that a heel tactic. I do not consider that to be any kind of heelish behavior. Heels are selfish. They're all about me. It's about me, not you. I don't care about you. I just care about how I excel. That is what heels are. Yeah, there are cowardly heels, but the perfect example of a heel definitely is Carmella and Alexa Bliss. They care about themselves, but Becky, she cares about everybody, but too much to the point where she gets stepped on and she got sick of it. And especially that her best friend should have said no and shouldn't have gotten involved at all. She did. She took her opportunity from her and she got pissed like anybody normally would. That's why the fans went nuts, because she finally lashed out. She finally had her breaking point. She finally was just enough. She reached that point where she was just done. Unfortunately, it's at the expense of their friendship, because I doubt their friendship is going to go back to normal after this for a while. And I know it's storyline, guys, but still, I don't think it's going to go back to normal for a very good bit. But honestly, I'm not going to lie. I like the reaction. I really do. I do not think that it was a mistake. I do think now that it's the best thing that's ever happened to her. She's more aggressive. She's more focused. She is a frustrated face. And hopefully she becomes and still remains an aggressive face, because that's how she needs to be in that dog-eat-dog world of women's wrestling. Because there's only one belt to fight for, and who is going to be the one on top? Hopefully next time it'll be her.